Patterning, or the design of socks, is based on costs, end use, and fashion. Commodity socks tend to use single patterning of the knitted stitch and are primarily single jersey throughout the sock with a stretch yarn in the leg portion. The benefits of including stretch yarns in the leg portion are to help hold the sock up on the leg and to attain knitted rib appearances without having to knit on a cylinder and dial machine. Fashion may dictate the use of color, texture, different fiber types, insignias, or logos, or almost any other characteristic desired. Appearance notwithstanding, performance and function must be provided by the sock. This is particularly true of men's hosiery. As a result, the functionality of the sock is now dependent on fiber and finish choices as well as construction. The technical appearance and performance of the sock is not normally important to the consumer, but is very important to the sock manufacturer. In this segment, we'll discuss some of the patterning aspects common to socks. Many more are available and can be seen in this program. Many socks make use of mesh patterns that provide fashion, run resistance, a more open construction for breathability, or all of these things. A fashion use might be to have an open look in the sock that mimics crochet or hand knitting. Many patterns may be used to create a more breathable sock. Two of the most common are the single cross-tuck or micromesh. These make use of the knit and tuck stitches. A very simple needle selection can occur over 4 feeds or as many as 8. The most simple is the single cross-tuck, also called 1x1 cross-tuck or single piqué. This is achieved by alternating feeds of all knit with feeds combining knit and tuck stitches. The illustration shows this 4-feed repeat. Starting at the bottom, the first feed of the yarn is knitting on all needles. The second feed has the yarn knitting on the even-numbered needles and tucking on the odd-numbered needles. The third course is again all knit stitches. And finally, the fourth course has the yarn tucking on the even-numbered needles and knitting on the odd-numbered needles. This stitch opens up the fabric structure with small cells or holes. This should allow for better breathability of the sock. This particular pattern may be used throughout the sock, but is typically used only on top of the foot. A traditional micromesh used in hosiery and now in socks is the micromesh. Shown here, this is a 4-needle pattern that repeats on 8 feeds. At the course or feed number 1, the pattern starts with tuck on needle number 1 and knits on needles 2 through 4. At the second course, all the needles knit. Course number 3 has needles 1, 3, and 4 knitting and needle number 2 tucking. Course 4 is again all needles knitting. At course number 5, needles 1, 2, and 4 knit and number 3 tucks. Course 6 repeats the all needle knitting, while course 7 has a tuck only at needle 4. The final course, number 8, knits on all needles. The result is a construction with less tucks than the single and double cross tucks, but with good non-run properties. A popular feature in many of today's active wear socks is a built-in arch support. This patterning effect makes use of yarn and machine technology to knit an arch support band into the sock. This can, but is not always combined with, terry, mesh, ribbing, and other features. This sock combines areas of mesh below and above the arch support. The arch support is a rib construction combining a spun cotton yarn with a stretch yarn in a rib pattern to offer support to the foot during wear. Notice the terry is in the sole of the sock as well. This no-show sock has a more distinctive rib pattern in the arch support. This sock does not have mesh panels. Also, notice the areas of reinforcement.